Introducing the PDC World Darts Championship.
Welcome back to Online Darts, everyone. We are here in the build-up to the PDC World Darts Championship. We've got the one and only Mr. Vincent van der Voort. Vincent, World Championship, even though you're not there, still busy time for you in the media side of it now.
Yeah, 100%. It's great to be involved still, and I've got my podcast. I work for Fireplay, so still busy time.
Look, World has all changed this year. 128 players, £1 million. Is there the same buzz in the Netherlands as there is here in England right now for it?
Oh, 100%. There is more, maybe more. I mean, we're gonna witness the first player ever make £1 million.
It's mad, isn't it? Who could ever see that coming?
Exactly. When I started playing darts, there was no money involved. So to become this big, yeah, that's amazing.
Well, I suppose you see it in your shop as well, that this time of year people want darts and so on, Christmas and so on. And since Luke Littler's done what he's done, what's like the retail side of him been like? Has it been a massive increase?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the shop is so busy at the moment, and you can see the age has changed as well. It used to be people around 25, 30 till 50 years old, 55, and now it's teenagers. Just from the age of 10, they just come in the shop and they want to try everything. They want to use everything, and yeah, it's amazing to be a part of it. It's great.
Look, the World Championships throws up so many different scenarios and whatever, but the seeds, no protection anymore. Everyone is in round one. Is that a good thing?
Yeah, like it should be. Nobody's protected. You have to show why you're the seed. You're protected because you don't play each other in the first couple of rounds. But I think this is very good. Everybody, and I know it as a player, nobody wants to lose before Christmas. So normally there was one round of pressure. Now there's 2 rounds of pressure because you don't want to be on that Christmas meal and thinking I'm out. 100%. Nobody wants that. And if you're there, then that is a very bad place to be in. So there's a lot of pressure for the top guys, and I'm excited to watch it. Who comes through and who buckles it.
Is it sink or swim for some of these players? Because there are players that are desperate for some form and aren't showing any at the moment.
Oh, we have plenty of players that they are in trouble. They're dropping down the rankings, big names as well, and they have to show some form. If you're talking about, for instance, Dimitri van den Berg. Last time we seen him was in UK Open.
Look, it's really interesting.
He hasn't played any TV tournament since.
No, 100 World. Dave Chisnell, another one, and a tough tie against Fallon Sherrick in the opening round. You won't fancy that with the crowd and everything.
Exactly. That's a very difficult first round, mentally and ability-wise.
I suppose the one that no one wanted was Bo. She was the bogey player in that non-seed.
100%.
And Daryl Gurney's got the short straw, and again, not in what you call particularly inspiring form right now against someone that really is.
But the thing is, Daryl is mentally that strong that he can put that aside and just go for that one game. He still managed to, even if he's not in the best place in the world, I think he should do something about his equipment. His darts are landing weird in the board, too straight in it, but still he made the quarterfinals of the PDC Championship final. So even though he's not playing the best darts he can be, he's still hard to beat. So I think Bo's going to have a big problem beating him.
You touched on the ranking slides for players, and this is the first tournament where all the money goes up. Yeah. The new Sky deal kicks in, so players that are defending money from 2 years ago, all of a sudden they're up against it. 1, because they're not in form, and 2, the money's gone up, so everyone can catch them by winning less games, so to speak.
Exactly. On the other hand, you have to defend yourself and you have to win one less round than you did 2 years ago, so that's good. But it's going to be a lot of pressure on a lot of players. I mean, after this, every tournament, the prize money goes up, so in a year's time there are going to be a lot of changes.
Look, it feels like a changing of the guard in terms of this younger generation that are now coming through, and we're seeing established names that have been around for a decade now starting to struggle. Do you think that the ones that are struggling to come to terms with it being a young person's sport now, and these younger ones coming through are energetic, they can play all day and so on?
Of course, but it all has to do with money and what they have achieved and how they look at the sport, and because some players think that they earned enough credit, so they should be in something or whatever, and nobody's certain anymore. I mean, the young guys, I've been to Gibraltar, I've been to Budapest to see youth players for Wimmer. There's some amazing talents coming up, 14, 15 years old. Doesn't mean they're going to make it, but they are there and they're hungry. So you have to keep feeling that hunger to win games, to beat everybody up and to be the best player you can be. If your head is not there, I don't think you will make it.
Last time we spoke, you were talking about the players had to stop being Nuke Littler fanboys. But yet again, he's still winning the majority of tournaments he's in. Has he almost got this psychological thing over certain players like Phil had, like Michael had? And is he now in that bracket that players are beaten before they're already up there?
It's no problem when he wins everything. That's no problem. As long as the players don't roll over and say, okay, you're better than me. I mean, he is that good. So nobody can discuss that. He is that good. I mean, I've seen him play. I've been in the practice room with him a couple of times, and he's so relaxed. And it's frightening that a guy of that age is that good and handles it like he is, because it seems like he doesn't feel pressure. Of course he has pressure, but he's got up with it really good, really good.
How good can he be in terms of chasing down these records that have been set but have been there? Can he, if he plays long enough, can he break those records?
That is really hard to say, because what I said, there's a next generation, there's a generation after that. Nobody thought that there were going to be somebody at that age that good like Michael was when he was 16, 17, 18 years old. And then came Luke Littler. so that's one thing. And the other thing is, how long can he still be hungry for titles, for winnings, for everything? Because if he wins this one and wins next year after that, you win £3 million.
Yeah, 100%.
And all of a sudden your hunger can go. That is what happens to players. So as long as he's hungry, he's going to be very tough to beat.
You spent a lot of time with Michael, obviously, recently. I've seen the exhibitions and so on. Where is his game at the moment? Because obviously we didn't see him in Minehead, so we're all guessing where the MVG game is.
I think he's a lot better than it was last year, 100%, because then he lost in the group phase of the Grand Slam and the first round of the PDC Championship finals, and he was just, he didn't know what darts he had to use, what weight, the grams, everything was one big mystery for him. I think he's good in this moment. Only we have to figure out how good he is when it comes to the longer formats, because he hasn't played that. I don't think he played enough matches to be match ready. So the first couple of rounds, he still has the knees to build that up, and then we'll see.
Draw's been quite kind though for him in that respect. He could play probably 3 games before he's going to be tested as we think he's going to be. So is that a good thing for him, that he can get some match sharpness in those games?
Yeah, maybe, but you say the first 3 rounds can be kind, but I also know somebody like Willie O'Connor can play amazing darts. So he has to be try to be as best as he can in the first round as well, to build some confidence and to be better in the tournament. But yeah, normally, I mean, the draw is okay, but still, the draw is only okay when he plays well.
You touched on, obviously, what we judge Michael on Michael standards. Is his game in a good enough place to go and win a 4th world title right now, or is that more hope than expectation?
We have to be realistic, and then you say there's a big question mark in there. I mean, I know if a game goes to 10, 11 legs, I will fancy his win. But this is first to 7 sets where you have to win it, and that is something different. So you have to play really good for 2 hours. I don't know if he still has that in him. We have to wait and see. Maybe this year is a little bit too soon. Maybe he does. But that is nothing that we can say, because he done that, he can do it.
Is this a big tournament for Michael in relation to setting up 2026? Because he's defending a lot of money next year. So can he offset some of that this time? And is he aware of the situation that he's potentially in next year? Yeah,
we talked about it this week, and he knows that if you have another year like this, he's not going to be in the top 16 anymore, and maybe not in the top 25 anymore if you have another year like this. So he knows there's a lot of work to do. He knows what he has to do, and so most of the time he's then on his best, but hopefully he does.
Everyone in the UK is saying it's Luke and Luke are destined to meet in another final. Mm-hmm. Do you see it like that, or do you think that they can be beaten before the final.
Of course they can be beaten, but especially with Littler, he doesn't lose the matches. Especially not in big tournaments. I mean, I saw a list of the ranking tournaments on TV this year. Only Gerwen van Veen and Luke Humphries won.
Yeah.
And there were weekend tournaments, the big ones. We're all going to him. So it's not for me. It's Luke and Luke. It's Luke Littler is the big prize, and then he got Luke Humphries, who's really tough to beat. But I think Luke Humphries is on the moment forward in the Grand Slam as well. He's good enough to beat Littler. Yeah. Only he has to show it now on the right moment, because I think in the Grand Slam he was the best player of the week.
I agree, but in the final...
But in the final he still didn't win it. But.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with that. Looking forward to 2026, what changes are you expecting to see, if any? Because it's a big year in terms of broadcast changes, money changes. How do you see the landscape playing out?
There's nowhere to hide next year. It's everybody has to do well, because even if you had a brilliant year last year, the prize money went up. You could have gone down even if you do the same, a little bit less. So for everyone, next year is a big year because of the prize money that is, and that's going to be very good to follow, because who's going to do well and who's not.
A lot of talk in and around the dart scene in the UK about the top 16 and that situation. A lot of people are saying not next year because it's too close, but 2027 they can see scenarios where the top 16 will be guaranteed every TV tournament because of their commitments that they're expected to do elsewhere. Do you see that playing out, and would that be a bad thing if that happens?
Of course it's a bad thing. I mean, you should always prove yourself, and not because you're there and then you're guaranteed in everything. Then your ranking system is wrong. You should always go for it, and also for the players who are guaranteed in, because then you think you have a free year. Well, and we have a lot of people that thought they have a free year because they've done well on the Worlds or anything, and look at where they are now.
Well, the reason that's being spoken about a lot is because Luke Humphries has said, I'm not playing in any Pro Tours next year. Luke Littler has said, I'm only going to do the ones in Wigan. I think there's 6 or 8, because it's 15 minutes from his house. Other players have indicated, I'm going to do very little Pro Tours. And
I get that.
And what people are saying is the sponsors and the TV broadcasters are going to go, hang on a minute, we're paying a lot of money for this. We want the biggest names. So how do they get those big names in without making them play and everything? That's the reason that in the UK that talk is coming up.
I get the commercial side of it. Yeah. I get that. I mean, the PDC is a commercial company. Yeah. They want to make money. 100%. It's not about sport. It's about making money. But if they decide, if Luke Littler, Luke Humphries, Michael van Gerwen and Gerwyn Price says we don't play Pro Tours anymore, they're going to change the system.
Yep.
Because then they're not in the PDC Championship finals, and then the ITV will say, "Oh, we're not going to want to broadcast it anymore." So, as simple as that.
Do you agree with the big players taking this stance with not playing Pro Tours because the calendar's too busy?
Of course it is, because the calendar is so busy. They have to pick and choose. But you also have to, in the back of your mind, you have to make sure you guarantee to play in the PDC Championship finals. Michael did last year, and that's for the guy with his standard is really bad. That's not good. He should be, I don't want to use the word ashamed of himself, but a little bit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he should be in the PDC Championship finals, and it's not a little thing. It's a big tournament. You should be in there.
Who do you think is going to lift the Sid Waddell Trophy come January the 3rd? Is it as simple as Littler?
At the moment, you can't look past him, because he proved it all the way through. The last time he lost a match over 21 legs was against Humphries in the World Final 2 years ago. So if a match is longer than 20 legs, 25 legs, he doesn't lose. So anybody who wants to lift that trophy has to prove that he's better than him over that kind of format.
That's mad, isn't it? That record that he's on at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of tournaments that play more than that.
Yeah.
So it looks better than it is, but still, you can see you see how easy his throw is, and he can go on for hours. So everybody wants to beat him, has to prove that they can do that as well.
Vincent, it's a pleasure catching up with you here. We're in Leeds at the Dazzler, but thank you very much as always, my friend.
Introducing the Paddy Power World Darts Championship. future.